Welcome to the candidate forum hosted by the League of Women Voters of DeKalb County in partnership with WNIJ. My name is Jan Dorner and I am from the League of Women Voters of Elmhurst. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan organization that neither supports nor opposes candidates or parties for any office. The League's purpose is to promote political responsibility through the informed and active participation of citizens in government. Providing this forum allows citizens to become better informed about the issues facing their community and to become better acquainted with the candidates running for office. We are happy to provide this service for the community. The League of Women Voters is not responsible for verifying the accuracy of the statements that candidates make in this forum. This forum is available on several different WNIJ platforms, including Facebook Live. I've been asked to announce that WNIJ reserves the right to mute commentators who do not follow the WNIJ social media policy. The League of Women Voters of DeKalb County invited all three candidates for DuPage County Board District 1 to participate in this forum. Candidate Frederick Hall was the only one to accept. It should be noted that the League has an empty chair policy, which prohibits a forum with only one candidate participating. So Candidate Hall will be given a 2-minute statement. Candidate Hall, would you please unmute and start your video, and you can proceed with your 2-minute statement.
My name is Fred Hall. I'm running for DeKalb County Board in District 1, which runs from Malta, Kirkland, and Kingston and surrounding areas. I have been told that I am an FDR Democrat, which means that I believe in all rights belonging to the individuals. I have also watched what they're doing with the county board on the retirement home. I do not like any type of privatization. Every time I have seen privatization take place, such as in prisons, the prison has gone downhill, winds up costing the taxpayers more money to revamp them. I would appreciate any and all votes that I can get. As I say, I am a Democrat in District 1.
Thank you, Candidate Hall.
If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know.
Thank you. Welcome to the candidate forum hosted by the League of Women Voters of DeKalb County in partnership with WNIJ. My name is Jan Dorner and I am from the League of Women Voters of Elmhurst. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan organization that neither supports nor opposes candidates or parties for any office. The League's purpose is to promote political responsibility through the informed and active participation of citizens in government. Providing this forum allows citizens to become better informed about the issues facing their community and to become better acquainted with the candidates running for office. We are happy to provide this service for the community. The League of Women Voters is not responsible for verifying the accuracy of the statements that candidates make in this forum. Questions from the League and community members have been collected before this forum and were screened for duplication, clarity, and appropriateness to the office being discussed. The candidates have not been provided the questions before the forum. The candidates agreed in the ground rules that no voice, image, or other duplication of the forum may be used by any candidate's representative or campaign in any campaign advertising. This forum is available on several different WNIJ platforms, including Facebook Live. I've been asked to announce that WNIJ reserves the right to mute commenters who do not follow the WNIJ social media policy. This forum is among the 3 candidates seeking the position of County Board member of the 3rd District. Voters in District 3 will be voting for up to 2 candidates. By participating in this forum, all candidates have agreed to abide by the rules set forth prior to this forum. Each candidate will present a 1-minute introductory statement, the order set alphabetically by last name. Then questions will be asked and each candidate will have 1 minute to respond in alternating order. Closing statements will be 1 minute as well. An electronic timer will be used and candidates will strictly adhere to the time limits. Candidates, when the timer reaches 0, you may finish your sentence, but then you must stop. Our candidates tonight are Timothy Bagby, Amber Quitno, and Keegan Reynolds. Candidates, would you please turn on your microphones and videos? And we will start with Timothy Bagby's opening statement. You have 1 minute.
First of all, I'd like to thank the League for hosting this forum. I'm Tim Bagby. I'm representing District 3 since 2015. I am presently on the Planning and Zoning Committee as well as the Finance Committee. I think it's important that we make sure that we pay attention to people. And as I've gone door to door within the district, I've had a lot of people tell me that, the taxes are really high and inflation is really hurting them. And one of the things I think it's important to note is that the county board over the last couple of years has managed to hold the line on taxes and hold our growth in the levy only to that new development that's occurring within the county. In addition, I think public safety is on people's minds, and I think we need to be supportive of our law enforcement officers and respectful of them as well. And in addition, I think that we've had a lot of growth over the last few years, particularly with Facebook and the other developments there on the south side of town. And I've been happy to have been a supportive member as the county is participating in some of the economic development initiatives that have helped the city of DeKalb.
Thank you. Your 1 minute statement, Amber Quitno.
Hi, I'm Amber Quitno, running for District 3 and in Sycamore and part of Portland now. I'm running because I feel that I am a qualified leader. I'm a lifelong resident of DeKalb County. I have a master's in regulatory affairs. I am a firm supporter of transparency and accountability of our government officials. And I feel that I can really serve on the county board. I'm a very well-known local activist fighting for safe and clean water in Sycamore. And I am very active in the Democratic Party. I'm an elected PCP, served as a treasurer for 2 years, and took a break from that so that I could focus on the campaign, get out there and knock doors and speak to my community members that I care about, and I want to find out what is important to them. I care deeply about the community safety, and my time is up. So
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Keegan Reynolds, your opening statement. You have 1 minute.
Hi there. My name is Keegan Reynolds, and I am running for District 3 of DeKalb County. I just got into politics within the past couple of years. After the 2020 election, I actually wasn't interested in politics or whatsoever, local, state, federal, any level. Following the invasion of Ukraine this year, actually, I was finishing up college and my classes there. I just realized the significance of the times that we find ourselves in. And I wanted to do my part to serve the community. I initially put myself forward as a candidate in July, and during that time, I have transitioned into a full-time schedule. I just graduated with environmental and energy engineering technology degree, and I am now working as a remote testing specialist for a radon air quality testing company.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our first question goes to Amber Quitno.
Oh, great. I get to be the first one.
Absolutely.
All right.
What relevant experience do you bring to this office? You have a minute.
Okay, so I have been very, very active with the Democratic Party. And I think my experience working as treasurer gives me unique experience that would be very beneficial to the board. In addition, I started my own business from home while raising 5 children, including twins, from nothing. And I built it into a very, very successful business. My educational background is regulatory affairs. And that gives me a very unique understanding of legal precedents and public health. So I think that I can be very beneficial to the board on the Health and Human Services, financial, and the legal committees. And being a lifelong resident, I think that I understand the community, and I know a lot of people. So I speak with the community a lot online and just meeting with them. So I think I know what the community is looking for.
Thank you.
Yep.
Keegan Reynolds, you have the same question. What is your relevant experience that you would bring to this office? A minute.
Great question. So my educational background is enabling me to be in a position where I could be an asset to the community in different areas of policy. I am especially excited to focus on agriculture and supporting our farmers here. And with an energy background, I think it'd be great to help find ways to lower fuel costs and the cost of fertilizer for our farmers as well. And I also am a small business owner as well. I focus in the waste and recycling industry. And I also am a director of a small non-for-profit, and we're hoping to become a nonprofit this year as well.
Thank you. Timothy Bagby, the same question.
In addition to my service, this is actually my second tour of duty with the DeKalb County Board. I served between 1988 and 1992 while I was a graduate student. And again, I was elected in 2015. And way back in 1988, I had a board member who had quite a bit of experience who told me that there isn't a lot of Republican and Democrat to the issues that you confront on the county board. And I found that to be very much the case in all my years that I've served. In the past few years, we've been divided 12 to 12 or 13 to 11 on a partisan basis. But most of the issues don't break down that way at all. And what usually happens is you have people who are concerned about taxes, they're concerned about public safety, they're concerned about making sure that the job creation that happens within the community fits the community. And then there's lots of planning and zoning issues and things that come up. So I've had experience with a broad variety of issues that have come forward. And I look forward to being able to problem solve as we continue into the future.
Thank you. Keegan Reynolds. What do you see as the major challenges currently facing the county board, and how would you work to resolve them?
Great question. I think just already from what I have seen from getting involved, I think as Mr. Bagby was alluding to, may be challenging to stay focused on local issues and keep national conversations at bay. It's important to have a national conversation. We all live in the same country, but at the end of the day, they shouldn't hinder us making progress for what's best for DeKalb County and what's best for our community.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Amber, I'm sorry, Timothy Bagby.
Oh, we're going in reverse. Okay, I was wondering who was next.
No.
Among the major challenges that we're going to confront in the next few years, presently we're in the process of revising our solar ordinance that we have, and there's a great push to have increased solar energy. Actually, DeKalb County is already a pretty heavy participant in renewable energy. We've got a lot of corn that's producing ethanol. We have in the middle of the county, we have wind towers, but the continued effort to try to balance the wants and needs of property owners with those who want to be able to, make money with solar energy. That's going to be a continuing issue, I think, as we move forward. In addition to that, I do believe that public safety is going to continue to come up. Recently, the state's attorney and the sheriff have joined a lawsuit to try to suspend certain portions of the Safety Act. I think there are not only safety issues with that, but there are also some budgetary implications and some overtime that may happen as a result of trying to implement that. And so those are going to cause some budgetary pressures as we move forward.
Thank you. Amber Quintno.
So I would agree with Keegan and Tim, actually both, that staying focused on local issues is really important, especially in such a heated atmosphere right now with national issues. Just always kind of redirecting conversation and issues to stay on local issues. Safety is a huge issue right now with the Safety Act and with everything that's going on with DeKalb and them putting forth the landlord provisions they're implementing right now and voting on. So definitely staying on top of that. And then solar energy as well. I am a big supporter of solar energy and letting farmers have another revenue stream with the solar farms. So I think those are all very important issues, and I agree.
Thank you. Candidate Bagby, do you support or oppose climate change mitigations for DeKalb County like solar farms and wind turbines? Please explain your answer.
If I can borrow the language of prohibition, I'm neither a wet nor a dry when it comes to solar energy. All of the solar projects, all of the wind projects involve one neighbor wanting to do something with his land or her land, and another neighbor wanting a little more space or a little more peace and quiet on her land or his land. So there's quite a bit of, the purpose of our zoning ordinance is sort of balance the needs of different property owners. The zoning is created in order to make sure that like uses are together. And solar in particular is more of an industrial use than an agricultural use, but where the three very large power lines that run through DeKalb County are all out in the rural area of the community. And so those properties and those farms that are in the pathway and closest to those power lines are the ones that are going to be most attractive for that type of development. But I'm not a hardcore green, and I'm not a hardcore opponent. I voted for a number of these solar projects and opposed some of them, depending on where and what kind of facts were involved.
Thank you. Thank you. Amber Quintno, same question.
So I am a supporter of green energy, and I do believe in climate change. I do support solar farming. I do understand the issues with neighbors. One neighbor doesn't want something that they feel will interfere with their land, and the farmers want to be able to use their land how they see fit as well. So again, I do support solar farming and green energy in general. I understand we need to stay on top of the technology so that we can adjust the ordinances and to really, really push solar and green energy.
Thank you.
Yep.
Candidate Reynolds, your answer to the same question?
So that is another fantastic question. I honestly, I believe in climate change. I believe that there are detrimental things happening to this earth as a result of some of the things that we as humankind has done. As far as solar and wind in DeKalb County, I cannot be a proponent for those technologies because I look at things regionally, and I think that every region of our country, based on climate and where we live and the type of economies that we have, there should be different types of renewable technologies that are used in order to meet those different needs. Now, DeKalb County has some of the most fertile soils in the entire planet. And I think it's important that we maximize and we help farmers use their lands for feeding people. And I would be supportive of more energy intensive technologies to come to DeKalb County.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Candidate Quitno, the city of DeKalb estimates new industrial properties to have an equalized assessed value of approximately $28 million. This could bring an approximate $9.6 million in new revenue to the county. How would you like to see these funds utilized? Oops. We lost her. So candidate Reynolds, would you answer that and we'll come back to?
Yes, would you mind repeating the question?
Sure. The city of DeKalb estimates new industrial properties to have an equalized assessed value of approximately $28 million. This could bring an approximate $9.6 million in new revenue to the county. How would you like to see these funds utilized?
That is a fantastic question. As far as any extra funds that the county can use, I would definitely want to help balance the budget. I know that there is a nursing home sale that is being completed, and there is some debt along with that deal. And so if there was any extra money that the county found its hands on or were to acquire, I would be supportive of paying off debts and balancing the budget.
Thank you. Candidate Quitno, we saw that you had.
I'm so sorry. My
Problem.
signal keeps coming in and out. I do apologize.
Do you need me to read the question again? Oh, my goodness. Okay. Candidate Bagby, do you need me to read the question again?
No, I'm fine with that.
Good.
An additional $9 million, it's very important, I think, when we get new revenue that we make sure that we remember that there are a lot of people right now under the gun living on fixed incomes. And I think tax relief needs to be a part of that equation. At the same time, the bulk of that tax money that's going to come in, 2/3 of it at least, is going to be going to the local school districts. So the county itself is about $1 in $10 of your property tax bill. And I wouldn't make immediate plans to be spending all of that. As it is, the real estate market is in a little bit of flux right now. And I think that we may have a situation where we may find ourselves where we were about a decade ago, wondering how we're going to cover all of our losses. We do have a number of opportunities to retire debt in addition to that. And I think we need to look at things like that if there's new revenue coming in rather than spending it.
Thank you. Let's go to closing statements. And if candidate Quitno comes back in, she can answer to question 4. So let's start with candidate Reynolds. You have 1 minute for closing statement.
I wanted to address this. I think it's the most important thing out of this forum that I wanted to say. Any person, whether indirectly or directly, who is responsible for causing continuity of government plans, including enduring constitutional government, to become activated, should be labeled an enemy of the United States. Any person, whether indirectly or directly, that points their rhetoric as a weapon by threatening duly elected representatives should be labeled an enemy of the United States. And I also just want to say that I love life. I love babies, but the Dobbs decision was wrong. It is an overstep of the judicial branch on millions of Americans. And I believe it is also an attack on the United States of America because of the polarization that it is causing amongst the people.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Could you repeat the question?
Yeah, the city of DeKalb estimates new industrial properties to have an equalized assessed value of approximately $28 million. This could bring an approximate $9.6 million in new revenue to the county. How would you like to see these funds utilized?
I'd like to see, first of all, transparency and accountability with those funds, and I'd like to see it go back into the community. I'm so sorry that my signal kept coming in and out and that you had to start all over again. So I just want to see it go back into the community. However, that, I would want to look at what's on the books and make sure it goes back to the community.
Thank you. Candidate Bagby, would you like to give your 1-minute closing statement?
Sure. Again, I'd like to thank the league for sponsoring this forum. And there's an old saying that county government is where the rubber hits the road. And I think that there's a lot of not terribly glamorous issues that we have to deal as a county board, but there are issues which demand attention and demand listening to what the residents of the county are trying to tell us. In the past term, I've dealt with an issue along Plank Road where people are just speeding like the dickens and passing like the dickens, and working with the county highway department and working with people in the neighborhood, we were able to successfully get the speed limits lowered in a portion of Plank Road, and also we're able to get some striping for additional no passing zones. Right now, right outside my subdivision, Lindgren and Plank is a very, very difficult intersection for people to navigate. There are people who are concerned about Freed Road and Peace Road and Brickville Road and Peace Road, and all those things are going to be over the next year. And
Thank you.
hopefully we'll be able to find some revenue stream to make sure that we can pay for those.
Thank you. Thank you. Candidate Quitno, your closing statement, 1 minute.
I want to thank you again, the League of Women's Voters, for putting this together. Again, my name's Amber Quitno, running for County Board District 3 in Sycamore, and I'm asking for your vote because I feel that I am the most qualified candidate. I'm a strong leader. I do not back down from those that think the community should be run one way when the community is saying something else. I'm active in the community. I'm going to take all of the opinions of my community members into consideration and look at what's best for our community. I'm a strong voice for women's rights, equal justice for everyone. I think that we need to find balance. I work well with both sides of the party. I can work with Republicans and Democrats, but I definitely lean more toward the Democratic side. I am a strong, like I said, strong women's rights. I believe in bodily autonomy. And I think that I can bring some very good skills to the table.
Thank you. Our time is up for this forum. Your participation as a candidate and as a voter is essential to preserving our freedom and our country. For more information, please visit the nonpartisan website, illinoisvoterguide.org, where the recording of this forum will be posted on each candidate's page. Please remember to vote on or before November 8th. We thank the candidates, the Voter Service Committee, and WNIJ for organizing this forum. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sorry that my signal kept coming in and out. Thank you.
Good evening.